Hello students, welcome to the next class of economics. We are doing the chapter rural development in Indian economic development book. This is your chapter 6, and in this chapter we'll discuss about the development of the rural areas, which is very important as we are aware of कि in India most of the people living in the villages. India is also known as the country of villages, and most of the population, or we can say two-thirds of the India's population, living in the rural areas. So overall, it is very important the people who are living in village areas should also be comes in the mainstream of development. So it should be the center of development, and in this chapter we'll discuss about the areas where there is the deficiency, you can say there is lack of development in the village areas. So if they are lagging behind, some areas of village also lagging behind in the way of development. So when villages will develop, so our country, our nation will also develop. This is very clear because majority of the people, or two-third population of the country, living in the village areas. So overall development of the villages also depend. So in this chapter we'll discuss about the terms in detail, like rural development, rural credit, agricultural marketing, diversification of agriculture, etc. So as one-third of rural India still lives in abject poverty, that is why we have to see developed rural India in our nation has to realize real progress. So when it will be really progressed, when our rural areas should also be developed, and even in rural areas there is development, but few areas are still not developed. So we should consider them, and what we can do to improve that area we'll discuss in this chapter in detail. So first of all, we'll discuss about the definition of the rural development. So rural development is not a narrow concept. It means it is a comprehensive term, and it focuses on action for the development of areas that are lagging behind in the overall development of the village economy. Although there is a decline in the contribution of agriculture sector to GDP, the population dependent on agriculture sector still has not exhibited so much decline. What it means कि earlier most of the income in the country, on the nation, was coming from the agriculture sector, but with passing time, in the last, we can say 30 or to 40 years, the contribution or income in the overall national income of the country is the participation of agriculture is less. Earlier that participation was high, and majority or 70% people were dependent on agriculture, and 30% remaining people were working in the secondary and tertiary sector. Nowadays almost 60% of the country's income is coming from the service sector, but still most of the people are working in the agriculture sector. Like we can say still more than 50% of the India's population is working in the agriculture sector, but income is coming with the income which is coming nowadays is very less. So the other sectors, even they are contributing more in the nation, in the overall economy, or in the overall national income of the India, but the participation in terms of the employment is less in those sectors, like secondary and tertiary sector. Secondary sector means industrial sector. So that point, the author is highlighted over there. So one of the major reasons of decline in contribution of agriculture to GDP is fall in public investment in agriculture since 1991. Public investment means the investment by the government. Government has declined its expenditure in the field of the agriculture and increase its expenditure on the industrial sector. We are aware of that, and we have gone through the policy of industrial revolution policy that was earlier, and new economic policy we have discussed in the previous chapters. So rural development covers agricultural development as well as all those aspects which improve the living conditions of people in the rural area. So the meaning of rural development means the people and the area both are developing simultaneously in the those areas which are lagging behind in the overall development of the village economies. So rural development is a comprehensive process which targets betterment in all aspect of the rural areas, not only that specific area, but also it concentrate or things for the peoples also who are living in those areas. So thus developing agriculture implies improvement of rural areas. Now the question is coming, the government is planning to improve or working very hard and launch many programs for the development of these rural areas. So what are the key challenges or issues faced by the government in the rural development process? So there are five major areas or big areas where the development is required or improvement is required. So rural development attempts to improve all aspects of rural life. Some of the areas which are challenging and need fresh initiatives for development in rural India include. So we'll see all those areas one by one. As I told you there are five major areas. So we'll see the very first area is your development of human resource. In rural areas there is requirement of the development of the human resource. What is human resource? We have discussed in detail in the previous chapter. So human resource being very basic input for production of goods and services need to be developed extensively. What it includes? It includes focus on literacy, that means more especially female literacy, education and skill development. The second one is the health, addressing both sanitation and public health. So if these both will develop, then we can develop the rural areas easily. The next one is land reforms. Very important point, and it plays the key role in the development of the rural areas, as majority of the peoples are involved in the agriculture work in the rural areas. So land reforms are very urgently required because land is very strategic in rural development, and land reforms are required for what they are required. Let's see. The first one is improvement in agricultural productivity. The second is abolition of intermediaries. The third is protection on the right of tillers of the soil. And the fourth is eliminating the exploitation of cultivators. So one by one I'll explain you these points. Improvement in agriculture productivity, that means there should be some research and development wing in the field of the agricultural sector, and government should spend or do some investment for the research work so that agriculture productivity can increase. Like I think after the green revolution there is no any massive change in the productivity of the in the food sector or the agriculture sector. We are using still now that was came in the early 70s. Still I think more than 50, around 40 to 50 years have been, approx 40 years passed, but we have not came with any new technology after that. So there is need of some new technology and research work so that our productivity should increase in India. Like we can adopt the drip irrigation, which is very latest tool for the more production. The second is abolition of intermediaries, like farmers when going to the market. So there are some intermediaries or who are coming to their farms and purchasing the vegetables or their grains at a very low cost and selling them at a high cost in the urban markets. So why this is here? Because the rural areas agricultural markets are not well developed, or there are some gapping between those markets and the producers or the farmers. The next is protection of the rights of tillers of the soil, like the tillers like who are working on the fields. So there must be some of the rights of them, like they should work for limited hours, or they should get some insurance like facilities they should get, and must be some proper wages for them, and they should easily get the loan, they should easily get the finance, and the repayment laws should be very easy for them. Eliminating the exploitation of cultivators. So who are the cultivators, like who are having those big farms. So eliminating the exploitation of cultivators, like ki the persons who are appointing them, or the cultivator who are growing the crops and they're not getting the proper price of that crop. So that is called the exploitation of them. So it should be stopped. The third and very important point is infrastructure includes those facilities which are important to increase overall production, and infrastructural development refers to the development of. So in development of infrastructure, the first point we'll discuss, that is where electricity and irrigation transport facilities. So in rural areas, electricity facilities, irrigation facility and transport facilities are needed. So we should work on them to develop. Credit, marketing, financial assistance. It means कि there must be some proper financial institution should be there, like government should establish proper banks over there or other credit societies, so that it will be easy for the those area to be developed, and the people who are living in those area can easily avail the financial services, and they can develop themselves and they can improve their crop production and their productivity, as agriculture needs more of the inputs nowadays. Transport facility also needed in the village areas, and construction of village roads and feeder roads to nearby highways is very important or essential part of those rural areas. If we are developing the proper road and connectivity areas, so that rural area should be easily developed. This is very simple. If a good all season road is connecting to a village, so it will be easy for the villagers to transport their goods and to import the material in the village. The next one is information dissemination. So there must be a proper system, so which is required in the rural areas, so that it will help them to get the knowledge in the proper manner. So what is required in the rural areas in the form of infrastructure? So there must be some power station should be developed over there, irrigation facilities should be developed, like canals should be passed to those villages, or other facilities like we can say the other irrigation tools should be developed by the government. Proper transport facilities should be developed in the villages, and along with transport facilities, first the roads and the feeder roads should develop in the village areas, and after that there must be proper financial institution in the village areas, or the banks which are helping to the people who are living in the villages. The next is there must be some research in the rural areas for the improvement of the crop productivity, so the people can avail this facility, and their crop production and overall productivity will improve, and as they start getting more of the income, so they will become prosperous, and they should use more tools and the area will develop. So now this was the third point. In the next session, next video, we'll discuss about the fourth and fifth point. What next, what else is required, and what is challenging in the rural areas. So poverty is another major problem which is faced by the people in the rural areas, and the development of productive resources in the locality of the villages is required. So what are these 2 points, we'll discuss in details in the next session. So students, till then complete your previous chapter. I have sent you the notes of that chapter, and if you have any query you can ask me regarding the chapter, and see you in next session.